So I don't know how you all feel about shooting bluebells, but I'm in the local woods here. It's bluebell season, and I've been wandering about aimlessly for probably, I don't know, an hour and a half, and it's just doing my head in. It seriously is. See, trying to find compositions, I'm just struggling so much. Places I've been to before here, I would say that I know the forest quite well, and it's just been trying not to go to the same places. So basically trying to find unique compositions that I haven't shot, because what I'm finding is I go back to the same places in the same forest year after year, and it's just like all your images come back pretty much looking the same. So I've really been trying not to come back to the exact same spots, and I think I finally found a composition. I'm going to show it to you here now. Basically, I had been started off shooting with the wide angle lens, trying to shoot like kind of the bigger, wider forest with, you know, low to the ground, shooting right up into the tops of the trees. Wasn't really finding that was working, so I've now decided I've switched over to the telephoto lens, and pretty much immediately when I've come up to this place, I found a really nice composition with a few really prominent trees, and a little bit of a snake and path that goes through the bluebells, and there's quite a nice covering of bluebells. I'm not sure, I might still be maybe about a week too soon, I'm not sure. I was here about 3 days ago just scouting, and there's a lot more have come out since then, but I don't know, I think there's maybe still a few more to come out. But anyway, so that's my composition. I've just been playing about a little bit with depth of field, so kind of shooting down at f4, focusing on one of the trees in the foreground, having everything else kind of blurring out, right up to shooting at f18, f22, just to see what kind of effect it gives, because I'm not really sure what kind of look I'm going for, because I quite like the bluebells being slightly out of focus and slightly blurred. I think it gives an impression of more of them when they're just blurred and there's just a lovely blanket of blue and purple. So I'm just playing about a little bit, shooting ISO 100 as I usually do, and the only filter I have on is a polarizer, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna just try and see if I can improve this composition, because I've found it by just walking about without the tripod. I've just plunked the tripod down, taken a few shots, and I do like it, but I think I may need to just tweak it slightly. But I think I'd be pretty happy if I just went home with this one shot, just because I'm so frustrated. I don't know whether you guys get like that either, that it's just like you go to the same places, and this is the thing when you see guys like Simon Baxter and Nigel Danson and those kind of guys, and they're absolutely amazing guys that are shooting woodland, and they just have it down to a T, and you come thinking that it's going to be just as easy, and it's just, all your stuff just looks crap. So the joys of landscape photography. Okay, so basically the vlog is kind of ended rather abruptly, and the reason behind that was basically I made a little bit of a faux pas. So the plan was that we were going to head to Hamilton Seat, which we did, and I did film it, and thought that I got some really nice coverage, some really nice shots, some really nice B-roll. Yeah, we had a really good time. The only problem was this little thing here. If I can show you this, which probably won't focus, but basically the audio that I was recording, this little bit decided to come apart. So I had about 8 or 9 audio pieces that was just hissle and just like kind of white noise. So that was a little bit of an epic fail, but kind of was a little bit frustrated because I don't really want the footage to go to waste. So I kind of thought that I would maybe just talk you through a little bit about what we were doing. Basically, after we left the woodland and the forest, we headed up to Hamilton Seat, went along the Causeway Cliff Path. Plan was to be there before sunset, which we got. We got there probably about an hour or so beforehand. Really nice walk. Along that we stopped a few times, just tried out a few different compositions. Really windy. So we were kind of reduced to having a fairly short shutter speed, otherwise we were going to be getting camera shake. And basically we stayed there right up until I think it was pretty much after sunset, and it kind of cleared, conditions cleared, the clouds kind of moved away, and it wasn't really anything amazing. We got a little bit of good light, and then of course there was a little bit of a thick blanket of cloud on the horizon, which as soon as the sun just started to drop lower in the sky, that kind of ruined it. So we got a few nice shots. It was okay. It was probably more enjoyable just being out and being there than actually decent shots that we got. But basically we headed back then along the cliff path, and we stopped a few times just really to kind of look at different compositions for another time that we would be there. And we actually got a few nice shots when it was kind of in that kind of like twilight period where the sun had set probably about an hour, but there was still a really lovely glow on the horizon, and the skies by this stage were starting to clear quite well, so the stars were beginning to come out. So as I say, we made a few stops, and then we also stopped just up above the Causeway Stones. By this stage the stars were pretty much coming fully out. We could see a little bit of Milky Way, and we just shot a few astro images before we headed back to the car, and obviously I'll share a few of those images with you as well. But a little bit of an epic fail on my part. Kind of the ironic thing is this has happened before, which is why it's actually been taped. So I was aware of it because for some reason the Rode, the Smart Lav mic, you actually have to buy a little connector so that it'll fit into the audio recorder. So I was aware because it happened to me last year, but for some reason I just assumed that because it was taped it was fine, but evidently it wasn't. So I do apologise, and I will try my best to keep checking, and hopefully the next vlog, well, I've already recorded another vlog and everything seemed to be okay, so hopefully things will be back on track for it. So yeah guys, thanks again for watching, thanks to all the new subscribers, thanks for everybody that's leaving comments below. If you do enjoy the content, please do make sure you share it on your social platforms. I would really appreciate that, and yeah, basically we'll see you next time.